Welcome back, our panel. And when we talk about Dr. Murray and money, we know that he was getting $150,000 a month. He was in some financial trouble. I want to bring in Melanie Bromley, West Coast editor, Us Weekly. Melanie, how much money did Dr. Murray owe? What kind of financial trouble are we talking about here?
We're talking about big financial trouble. He had $435,000 in judgments against him, which was unpaid bills, child support payments. So this man owed a lot of money. He'd also previously filed for bankruptcy before. So he was somebody that obviously had some problems with money. And so the offer of being paid $150,000 a month to work for a superstar was obviously incredibly appealing to him.
Tamara Holder, let's bring in Tamara, our attorney. With that said, Tamara, do investigators look at that? A guy who's in financial trouble, who's getting a large sum of money, is he less likely to say no to a Michael Jackson? Do all those factors play in here?
You know, this goes to his character and the kind of man that he is, but I don't think that investigators really need this information. Of course, they have it, but look, he was the last guy with Michael Jackson. He was administering propofol when he wasn't an anesthesiologist. They have enough. So this is all just digging up bones and finding out that this is not a good guy, not a doctor that you want in your house. But, you know, it helps with the case, for sure.
All right, we also found out, Tamara, and I'll stay with you, we found out the toxicology report, the full report, we're not going to see now until next week.
Right.
What's the inner workings going on right now between medical examiners, prosecutors? Are they letting them know what they're seeing here, and do the prosecutors know what's going on here as they piece things together?
Well, I'm not privy to if the prosecutors know for sure, but I would say as a criminal defense attorney that that's what's going on. They know what killed Michael Jackson. They have those results. They are just working with everybody. They're building a case, and so they're remaining as tight-lipped as possible, and then they will just drop the bomb on this guy.
Yeah. Tamara, let's bring you in on this. So, and we talked about this, but let's lay it out there for the viewers again, because viewers hear this and they go, okay, so he's getting $150,000 a month, so he's going to be a little less likely to do something to make Michael Jackson upset and lose this job. Does that figure into any investigation, or is that something we just speculate and talk about?
You know, I don't think that the $150,000 is that much money. It is, of course, a lot of money to the average person, but if you are working for Michael Jackson and you are living at his house and you are monitoring him every day, or supposed to be monitoring him every day, it's a reasonable amount. But what's interesting is the last person had said that he didn't think the toxicology reports were correct. And what I'm thinking is this man is not in custody. He is not even a suspect.
Right.
So they don't want to release the toxicology reports and give him any inclination whatsoever that he should bounce out of town, possibly commit suicide. They want the toxicology and the charges to come out together so they can get him right away.
Okay. Hey, you're up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering if Michael Jackson signed any kind of release letting the doctor give him the medicine, does that give the doctor any kind of out?
Good question. First off, we don't know anything about any kind of release. Tamara, let's bring you in on this. What are the odds of that? I wouldn't think very high, but go ahead.
I would assume, I think it's a good question, that Michael did sign some kind of waivers and releases. But remember, this doctor has an ethical duty and an obligation to perform only the appropriate medical treatment of Michael. And that Diprivan or propofol should never even be taken out of a hospital, and it should never be used by anybody but an anesthesiologist. So you cannot waive your doctor's negligence or willful misconduct.
Yeah, exactly. Every doctor we've talked to on this program and any other you watch will say this is totally irresponsible that this would be given someone outside of a hospital setting, only used for someone who's about to undergo surgery. One other topic I want to hit on, guys. Katherine Jackson, we're gathering she wants to be co-executor. We know the executors now are John Branca, John McClain. Tamara Holder, does Katherine have a strong argument here to be made a third executor?
She does. I mean, she has a close relationship to the family. She's been involved in the family affairs all of this time. She's not Joe Jackson, who disappears and comes back. And she's a fairly credible person and incredible person. She's been the glue that's held this family together. So a lot of this gossip that's been going on about her not getting certain documents and things like that is disheartening, because we need to make sure that those kids are taken care of. And the fights between the attorneys is not appropriate for right now.
Yeah, Jim, real quick, if she's made a third executor, can she veto decisions made by Branken McLean?
Well, if there are three people, it would be as a tiebreaker, so that you would have 2 against 1, that type of thing.
Gotcha.
The problem for Catherine is the document says if any of the executors either decline or aren't eligible, there's no replacement. That's, I think, the biggest problem that she faces right now.
Gotcha. Okay, guys, we have to leave it there. Melanie, Tamara, Jim, appreciate it. Coming up.